Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. I'm still here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is my living day. I haven't done as many readings as I wanted this week. I haven't been able to upload them because of the internet issues. Unfortunately, it's been really tough for me to try and be able to do that in time. That's why I actually haven't started publishing any of the zodiac sign horoscopes for June, which are coming up this weekend, and I will finish them up this weekend, that's for sure. I'll try to start on Friday actually. We'll see how my mood goes. So I have a big moving day on Friday when I get back to New York. In the meantime, I do want to have a daily check-in, see what's going on with the twins, and see where we are coming into the full moon energy. Full moon in Sag is coming up this Saturday. For some of you in Europe and Asia, it's going to be on Sunday actually. But in any case, it's a pretty big deal. It's a big opportunity to give way to our ambition, to any enthusiastic pursuits that we are into, that we want to get going with, and somehow we feel like we're being pulled back, you know, like that part where you're making one step forward, two step backwards. That's the time. This is going to be the time to release any of those burdens. You know, this expression we say, have the weight lifted off your shoulders, that kind of idea. So go into this weekend with that kind of thinking. What can you do in your 3D space to do that? But also, what are you feeling? What are you going through energetically that can be relieved that way? Maybe with the help of certain rituals, certain meditation practice. It's up to you what you are dealing with. Maybe a telepathic communication with a twin, who knows? Okay, in the meantime, this is gonna be a classic read, and I will start with an oracle deck. This is the Cosmic Journey Oracle today. Okay, let me shuffle it just a little bit. Let's see what comes up. I'll be so glad to be finally sleeping in my own bed next night. It's been quite a ride these 3 weeks. I mean, I know somebody will say 5 months, but this particular trip is still technically 3 weeks because I left New York 3 weeks ago, and it's been quite a ride. I don't regret any of it. It's been amazing in its own way, but I've had so many adventures and points of anxiety where I was like, okay, you know, at this point in my life, I'm like, I can handle anything. Like, it's all happening with divine guidance. It's supposed to be there for some reason, right? So I'm like letting go, releasing the frustration and kind of like living through it. But it was still a lot. You know, when you're at home, you usually don't have as many things like in your way where you have to surf around them. But yeah, with this travel, it was quite a roller coaster. So feminines, you have befriend your fear monster. There we go. Just talking about anxiety and frustration. So whatever comes up for you, whatever triggers are coming up, be thankful for them because they are signaling you about something much deeper, right? Like these monsters, we don't like to see that. Our brain even doesn't like to see that. So that it gets suppressed, it gets forgotten. Some of it can be coming from other lifetimes. You may be feeling like I have this pattern or I have this specific fear and I have no idea why, where it's coming from, right? But it is a clue, a very important one. Whatever is coming up for you right now is relevant. So don't try to do all of them. Let's do like a fear inventory and work with all of them. Choose whatever is important, whatever is relevant, whatever is in your way right now. And that's card number 5, by the way. Definitely working on fears brings big changes into your life, especially if it's some fear that's close to the surface, that's already in your way right now, you know? It's asking for you to deal with it. Your inner child is asking you to deal with it. Okay, for the masculines, we have your words create worlds, number 44. Look at that. If it's not twin flame, I don't know what is. But yeah, it's gonna be, I was talking about that part of manifestation and the Sag energy, which is all about that, obviously, right? And this is actually a very masculine energy. The words, that's the air element, it is masculine energy, right? So I would just add fire and action to it as well, especially as we're talking about Sag energy. So yeah, words and actions, of course, create wealth, but actions is considered more straightforward, more kind of like self-explanatory, right? Obviously. Words is a little bit more enigmatic of how it actually self-manifests, what you're talking about, how do you describe your reality. But both of those things, this is, we're talking about masculine energies, this is a card for divine masculine. So dive deeper into your yang space, see what is being asked of you in terms of creating in your world, or what topics are important in your world right now, and think about how you describe them to yourself first of all and to other people. If you, for some reason, you're not talking to anyone about it, at least use your journal as a source. And if you don't have a prayer or affirmation ritual or any other ones where you could be potentially speaking those words, use the diary. That's your silent partner that will help you even word it, right? And that's an important part, because a lot of times our feelings and emotions linger somewhere deep down, and it's hard to put words in it, it's hard to explain, but it's so very important, because even if that's not the world you want to live in, that will help you move from where you are to where you want to be with those feelings and emotions, with what you're going through in your life. All right, back to tarot. Let's see what's going on with divine feminines at the moment. We'll do DFDM and the connection at this time. Feel free. Some people ask me, wow, all in reverse. Some people ask me if you have a soulmate, you have a different masculine in your life, not your twin, that you're watching for, or that is relevant in your life, right? That's the most important partnership for you at this time, and you're learning, you're going through your spiritual growth and your twin flame path with that person. Is that something that someone you can watch for here? Of course. For a lot of them, actually, they are twins anyway, even if they're not our twins. For others, if that's a soulmate energy that you're connecting to, that you're vibing with, definitely watch for that. We're talking collective masculine energy, so we're talking, think about it for a minute. We're talking about this collective consciousness, collective energy of those high vibing, but high frequency masculine energy and high frequency feminine energy, which may not necessarily be limited just to twins, especially if we're talking about people who are closely connected to twins at one point or another in their life. They kind of naturally join that tribe, as far as I'm concerned. So we have Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and Ace of Wands, all in reverse. Yeah, so Divine Feminine has been trying to do it the human way for a while, and now they're like, maybe I'm missing adding some divine spark into it, and I almost seeing this picture of setting something on fire. I need to set this on fire. Yeah, that's gonna go then, because between Page and Knight, the movement is pretty slow. It's very much 3D movement, right? And it's taking a while. It's almost it's boring now. I was excited about it to begin with, but now it feels boring because the movement is so slow. Could be about mission, could be about, I don't know, maybe doing a renovation project in your home. Whatever it is, it could be all kinds of things. Now there is a realization that it's too slow, you don't want it to continue with this pace or in this way, right? But there is a need of this is also in reverse. There is a need to bring in this passion, this divine spark, to ignite it, to then rocket it into space. So as long as we are working with spheres and we are targeting ourselves into where we want to be with that goal, whatever it is, with those pentacles here that we saw, whatever it is for you, right? It's important to have this positive inclination towards it and see how you can bring divine into the picture. What's divine about it? How is it helping you progress in your life as a divine being? Questions? Let's see what we have for masculines. And yes, we will do messages between twins at the end of this, so stick around. Ooh. Let's see if I have anything else here. And yes, I'll get my hands on the rest of my decks this weekend, so that's gonna be good. I don't know if I'll do readings on both of the days. I'll do my best, but because I'll be busy with horoscopes, it might be that I'll have to focus my energy on those. Okay, we have King of Swords in reverse. Actually, all of them again are in reverse. Page of Swords and Seven of Pentacles. See the pattern for masculines? It's a little bit different, but it's also a progression between Page and King in this case. And then Seven of Pentacles comes up, right? So it's like when you're doing planning in your life, when you're setting goals, it's important to stay flexible within those goals. And it's important to know that you can't predefine and prepare yourself for every scenario you're gonna go through in your life. It's not just about what do I say? Like, it can be about any part of your reality. It can be about work, can be about relationship, travel, starting a new hobby, I don't know, whatever it is, maybe even planning a celebration, right? As long as it requires certain planning, or you see it that way, because again, back into the elements, these are both air and this is the masculine energy, right? As long as some planning is required, there should be an understanding that, especially if you're a twin flame, there will always be things that will not be planned, or that will go very much different from what you planned. Not for a bad reason. Doesn't mean you planned poorly. It just means that it's, you know, divine intervention comes in, right? Or we also have free will from everybody involved, so other people may turn it on like their free will, and it's gonna go bonkers for you, right? But it's important to be in the space where you don't have everything set in stone, and you can navigate into different directions, deviate from the original plan. That's the word. So that's being asked right now. It's not very easy seeing this King of Swords, and the King of Swords is very much set in his ways, in his analytical ways, in his life experience, right? It's kind of like that fatherly energy of like, I know how the world works, or I've done this a million times, this always is supposed to happen this way, and I've learned it from having made a lot of mistakes, you know, all of those words that you hear people say. And now it's like, breathe out, leave that for a moment, and see where the current situation is taking you. Just for a moment. Okay, the connection energy, please. Another page of wands. Very much a page energy today. And the Emperor, look at that leap, right? The Emperor actually, or like page of wands would be the fire energy, so it's a different suite now. We saw pentacles, swords, now fire, but I mean earth, air, and fire. But the Emperor has a connection with fire too, because this is Aries energy actually, although Emperor technically is the King of Kings. And we have Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So the twins are really being asked to step into that personal ambition, to not focus on the daily routine, on just getting things done, on just rolling your sleeves and doing it, but being a little more creative and imaginative today, right? Like thinking outside the box, but focusing on your own personal ambition, right? Why am I doing things that I'm doing, or what is it that I want to do right now? Even if it's sounds absolutely crazy or unachievable, or it's like, yeah, maybe I can take a couple of steps, but then there's no way, right? Like, start it, do it, right? This page, look at that page of wands, dancing, right? She threw it like into the air. That wand is like, I can give myself a minute to let my hair down and, you know, just be me, just connect with free spirit, just dream something for myself in that dance, or whatever that might be for you, whatever art form you're more drawn towards, you know? Like, yeah, the twins are being guided to that free dreaming, almost childlike energy I'm feeling, you know, like when we play different games and we can invent whichever characters we wanted, and that would be wherever they want it to be, even if it's other planets or some imaginary land. And yeah, just give it to you all. I know we lose those skills as adults, but it's important to be able to go back there. And I started this reading with a little bit of a spiel about your inner child wants you to, your inner child, twin flames, your inner child is asking you for that. It's time. Okay, let's get some messages from DMs to DFs first of all. Yes, it's a very sunny day in Las Vegas once again, as most days are here actually. I decided to let some of that sun into our reading as well. I don't have a view of the strip from here. Strip, for those who don't know, is like the actual, like the famous, like that street, let's call it that way, where the biggest, the most famous hotels are, and by extension the theaters and some other places that people go to Vegas for. I'm facing the opposite way. It's like more of an outskirts of Vegas, but it's very calm. It's not flashy at night, which I like. And it's still on the 16th floor. I get a perfect view. You know, I see the mountains in the distance. I see parts of Vegas with houses. It's pretty cool. So, masculines are saying, I imagine you naked. They're waiting for you. Time to ground yourself, and big fat yes. Yes. But grounding, I feel like it's more towards those fears that we're talking about for the feminines. So masculines are asking for feminines to stay grounded, not to freak out about anything that's going to be happening around in the nearest time, you know. And of course they are confirming the physical attraction, the strong sexual vibe. We've been seeing it for a while now. It actually keeps that pull from masculine to feminine, right? That's the natural pull of masculine energy anyway. And they're waiting for you. Yeah, so whatever you're dreaming about, you're imagining for yourself, somehow it will be connected to mission. Even if it doesn't seem like that, take a note and you'll see how it will give you some new impression, new guidance towards something that you're supposed to be doing as your divine mission. Okay, messages from feminines to masculines now. I might be on the lookout for some other decks with messages. So if you have any good ideas, let me know in the comments. If there are any decks that you love, I'll look into those. And if you already have a deck that you'd like to give to me as a gift, just hit me on my email, and yeah, we can exchange information and you can send it to me if you want. From feminine we have I want you, and if I ask you to stay, would you leave? So again, there's this pull, but for feminines I'm getting that it's more, although it says I want you, I'm still getting that it's a more of an emotional closeness need, right? Like a lot of times when we hear I want you, think about sexual connection, but it's more about like I need you, like almost like to cuddle, you know, like to feel your presence, to feel this support. Like there's something, again, it's very much, to me, it's connected with that fear energy. There's something, fear that could actually manifest as anxiety. There's something going on in DF's life to where they feel like they could really, really use this kind of support from their DM. And yes, of course, if they don't feel them close, their energy close, there is always this question that comes up for either of the twins, actually, of like, do you even care? Or, you know, would you stay with me if I ask you? And things like that. I mean, going through some anxiety myself, which I started with at the beginning of it. And for me, it was about the travel. So let's take that as a quick example. It might seem from the distance that it's a quite natural thing, that while doing a lot of travels with a lot of places that I need to be at, it was like a marathon, really. There's nothing not surprising that I get through some obstacles that I need to deal with, that I may freak out, like it breaks my plans, it causes bumps on the road here and there. You know, like, it's for some people, for a lot of people, be like, yeah, I mean, of course, it happens, it's natural, right? But what it brings out in me, and certain fear or anxiety that it brings in me, that's what I'm supposed to be dealing with, right? And this is just a way for the universe to bring it out to me, so I can really listen to it and see what's going on. And that would be relevant to my journey, to my personal growth, to what I'm going with, even if it turns out to be exactly tied to the travel, which it may or may not be, right? Like, don't dismiss those kind of situations, right? One way or another, they're bringing you closer to the answer, to the truth. What is it all about, and what are you supposed to work with? Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I'll do my best to release this video on time as I planned it to be. And I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Love you all. Bye.